What's going on, y'all? It's J Smo Reviews here, back at it again with another video. As you guys can see by the title, going into more of I don't think I've seen a lot of videos on this particular topic, and this is really in wake of obviously, easy leaving gun titles, and we always wrap things back around a battle rap, because I don't really feel like doing a whole video of tweets and back and forth and things we don't know yet. Hopefully that crescendos one day, I'm saying, to an easy versus rock battle, maybe something like that. But it got me thinking about battle rap groups over the years. Polarizing topic. Some people really like battle rap groups, some people hate them. For me, that sometimes they do mess up matchups in some competitive feel. I will say that every once in a while you do have something like that where I can agree that fucks up the game when it stops two of the best battle rappers from rapping because now they're on the same team. But if everybody's battled each other and gets on a team, first of all, these people are real life friends. Really their decision, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't just disgust me that there's a team and not everyone's on a solo island. And two, I mean, branding wise, it's kind of fun. You know what I'm saying? Some of these squads are fun. Some of them people have been more wary of than others, which is why we're doing the top 5 battle rap groups of all time. In my opinion, extremely opinionated topic. I'm ranking it for the fun of ranking it and for you guys to debate it. But realistically, you could rank this any different way since it's such a great culminations of talent. It could depend on what's more personal to you. What group did you really grow up on in their prime? Which one has your favorite battle rappers, right? So all that. But for me personally, I'm gonna base this. I'm gonna try to base this as much as I can on maybe success and impact. Not the easiest because they all have extreme impact, as you're going to see. But in my personal opinion, which ones really had a hold of the game? We're talking about groups that at one point have a chokehold on battle rap. Things like that are going to be what matters to me when I'm ranking it on this list. But overall, these 5 groups are all extremely legendary groups with tons of Hall of Fame talent. A little bit longer on the intro here, trying to explain how I ranked it. But without further ado, let's get into my rankings for the top 5 battle rap groups in battle rap history. The first group that I want to talk about, one of the most recognizable, as is most groups on here, is NWX. Humongous, you know what I'm saying, DNA, K-Shine, really acting as the figureheads of the group, and their historic 2-on-2 run, which I think for a lot of people shapes what NWX is. But even past that, having guys like T-Top, genuine Hall of Famer, Big T, past his prime, but we all know what his prime looked like. And then Saga, Official, Don Marino, Rain was in there, you know what I'm saying, even though he doesn't battle. And this is just a fantastic group. What they did really around that, I'd say, was about 2015 to around 2020 area. 2015 to around 2020, 2021 area. Superb, you know what I'm saying? Did that 5-year run, specifically I speak on the 2-on-2s, but even then Shine had his illustrious 3-year, you know what I'm saying, his peak, his prime, where people said he didn't lose a battle clearly for 3 years. Could dispute that, but there was no question he was one of the best battle rappers alive in that clip of time. DNA is DNA. Not only his work on 2-on-2s, but always has a mixed bag of big stage and small stage catalog. You could pick any pretty much year over the last 10, maybe besides 2013, you know what I'm saying, because I think 2014 is when he battles Ill Will, DNA, and pretty much 2014 and now there's just so much more good than bad. For his career, there's so much more good than bad, but all those early critiques really been shut down. And in NWX, how it feels like he guided things business-wise, how he was as a battler, the big-time opportunities that they were put in, and then on top of that, battlers like T-Top, incredible. And I think when you get to the back of the roster, that's kind of where things get a little why they go at 5. I don't think Big T and Saga, Don Marino, while all these guys have names in battle rap of varying level of respect, obviously not premier talents. You have those first 3 premier talents. Technically, Torque was NWX for 16 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it would be a different world if he went down officially as NWX, right? And then I believe Drugs was an NWX as well. So pretty good talent. They always had a kind of a lengthy roster like these groups do, but the real achievements are at the top. But either way, namesake-wise, I don't think there's any question that NWX is one of the most known groups in battle rap history and had a severe impact, and for that reason, that's why I put them at number 5. Moving right along, we can get to number 4, one that, is near and dear to my heart because it's a group that when I came into battle rap and was just first starting to understand things, this is, as someone that appreciates writing, I kind of gravitated towards this group, and it was my favorite for a while, and that is Writer's Block. Pretty much a culmination of all the pens in battle rap. I mean, at one point, really ran in a sense by Big Cannon and Danger Zone, which is hilarious. Because then after that, they had a team roster of Chilla Jones, JC, B Magic, Prime B Magic at that, 40 Bars, Rum Nitty before he had hit his prime, and just so many writers that I couldn't. I think Bourne was in there too. I can't mention every single writer that was a writer's block, but obviously, Danny Myers, how do you know what I'm saying? It's one of the other forefronts of writer's block. So you have all of the best pens and punchers in battle rap pretty much shoved into one group. And just off of pure skill, there's a lot to like here, even from mid-tier to top-tier talent. Like every other group here, you had tons of Hall of Famers involved. But the thing that means the most to me is the battles they had with each other. For a while, writer's block and writer's block battles were almost instantly going to be some of the best footage out for that period of time. Big Cannon and JC, Chilla Jones and Danny Myers, Danny Myers and Rum Nitty, although I do think that was before writer's block in all fairness. List goes on and on. Even when they were in the group, when they're not in the group, all the different matchups they had are always really pen-based and really great footage, always replayable. And that constant passion to keep giving the culture good battles, I think for that alone and for me is the main reason why I have writer's block at number 4. From there, we can get into the top 3 groups, and these are about as familiar as they get. And at number 3, I think number 2 and number 3 are extremely interchangeable, you know what I'm saying? But at number 3, I do have EFB, Every Fucking Bar, a group that obviously in live time, you know what I'm saying, is still one of the most reigning supreme groups in battle rap, obviously headed by Geechee Gotti and Rum Nitty, 2 of the best battle rappers in the world for a long period of time now. Depending on what year it is, they pretty much got an award for it, right? I believe that they've won. That's crazy to think about. Cody started in 2017. We're in 2023. We've had 5, that's six Codys so far. We've had 6 or 7 Codys so far. I believe these guys make up 4 of that. So that's incredible. And then even when you get past that, you have JC, you have Av, which is a very strong second line. Your first lady is Miss Hustle. And then from there, you get into things like Next and like Hansel and this next generation of talent that I think that they're trying to push up. Jerry West is in there, you know what I'm saying, is kind of like one of the, not full-on top tier, but getting there, really established mid-card talent. Just a really good roster. Obviously, with the Every Fucking Bar persona, it's very similar in a way to writer's block, where it's really based on, writing, you know what I'm saying, creative material, landing every fucking bar. I don't think that they're... Obviously, writer's block was an extremely pen-heavy type of thing and really, like, more of a general group, while EFB is really branded as, like, more of a brotherhood. Geechee and Rum Nitty's careers, like, run parallel to each other, and I can't say the same, for instance, as, like, Chilla Jones and Danger Zone, you know what I mean? It's, when it comes to EFB, a lot of this... a lot of this come up was together, and there seems to be real unity on that front. Geechee and Nitty have taken, 2-on-2s together at that. Just a team that you got to respect. You got to respect the impact on a Cody list, how much dominance they've shown in that facet. Obviously, with Geechee and Nitty and really anyone in EFB, constantly putting in work. One of the biggest focal points of their group is constantly being outside, which involves them being on many cards, being on many SMs, being on many gnomes, and then the pure talent of the people involved. So for all those reasons, EFB's been a staple in battle rap in the last 5 to 6 years, and it has to make this list. And then at number 2, the other staple in battle rap, the other mega power, for me, it's an impact reason I put them at number 2 as a close race, but I think Gun Titles deserves that. I think over the last 5 years, when you look at real faces, like just straight impact, what Sue Surf and Tay Rock have meant to the sport of battle rap is, you really can't overstate it. Surf, before he left, we know that just the chokehold that this man has in terms of just promo, on top of that, battling at one of the highest levels, being a star of one of the highest levels, and then directing, directing traffic with Rock, kind of as like that co-captain. In my opinion, Rock's the best battle rapper of all time. It doesn't get a lot better than that, but the SMs, the gnomes, you know what I'm saying? There's just so much presence, so many big-time main event headliner matchups that these two are a part of. And then you get to Easy the Block Captain, who left, you know what I'm saying, but for the year and a half that he was part of it, I mean, Guntown was pretty much the best group in the world. It seems like for that period of time, him being gone, probably if we were doing like a current rankings, drops the group or anything like that, but doesn't change the fact that the guy who is probably currently best in the world right now, I don't know, him and Nitty are 1A, 1B for me, but guy who's probably currently best in the world, definitely the most impactful and talked about in the world right now, is part of the group. And then you get to Chess and Prestavia. Prestavia's career is still young, but obviously she seems to have star potential. And Chess if Chess is the worst member in your group, you're not doing that bad. You know what I'm saying? If Chess is, with the loss that Chess is take, he's still extremely explosive, has had great moments as a part of Gun Titles. Him and Easy share, you know what I'm saying, one of the best battles in SM history, if not the best. That's what got Easy on Gun Titles. Impact. There really has not been a more impactful group in recent memory with Battle Rap than Gun Titles. And for me, that puts them at number 2 in the best groups of all time. And then that leaves one group that we did not talk about. And this one, pretty much at this point in time, almost really just gets jokes. The main part of it has been disbanded. But their prime is really, it will be hard for people to put it in context if you weren't there. I've studied a lot. Obviously, I wasn't necessarily a battle rap fan in 2012 when these guys were killing it. But for me, Dot Mob has to get that mention at number 1. That prime New York group, right? When New York was in its prime, the mecca of battle rap, but it still is the mecca of battle rap, you know what I mean? But I'm talking like when New York is where all the events were thrown, and we're talking about prime Murda Mook, prime T-Rex, then K-Shine and Tay-Rock is your second generation on the come up, and then having members like Daylight, like Real Deal, even if they didn't necessarily seem to like rep it to the biggest. I mean, for a lot of these groups, when you think of it, there's gonna be 3 or 4 core members that you think of. When I think of NWX, think of the DNA, Shine. Really, before I think of anyone else, think of Big T and Saga, you know what I'm saying, next. But when you think of Dot Mob, even though there's a bunch of members, you think Mook Rex, you think Shine Rock. And I think when you look at that for what that means to battle rap across the board, what T-Rex and Mook did as a part of Dot Mob in that beginning part of battle rap, the blog after SM2 when they both caught W's. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a group just that on top of the world in history, where the night after SM2, still considered by many to be the best Summer Madness, best event of all time, the way that they were able to talk shit and just it felt Dot Mob was just number 1, undisputed, really one of the only groups at the time that was battling at that level, but just so undisputed for a clip of time, the shit talking they had, and things fell out obviously over time. You have K-Shine leaving, you have Rock leaving, and they have this kind of historic, fall from grace in a way, even though I think that the core Dot Mob is still, Rex, Mook, I think that's the thing that lasts forever when you talk about guys that really fuck with each other in real life, consider each other family. But what they were able to do, to have Tay-Rock's ascension through this period of time, to have K-Shine, I think K-Shine's the only one who didn't have maybe his smack dab prime with Dot Mob. Obviously, probably gave his best work with NWX. But shout out to him for being a humongous factor of 2 of the groups in the top 5. Didn't even really take that in consideration. Same for Rock. Rock's in Dot Mob, was in Dot Mob and in Gun Titles. So, funny thing to think about. But when you talk impact, what they meant to New York at the time that New York was battle rap, and then the talents involved on an all-time scale. Even with the fall off, I think it's hard for me to argue that Dot Mob's impact on battle rap leaves them as the marquee group I think of when I think of battle rap groups. And that is my full little list here for the top 5 groups in battle rap history. You guys let me know down below, what is your favorite group in battle rap history? This is a topic more than any topic I do. I try to be objective on this channel, and I know rankings are tough in a subjective sport, but I think the fun of it is like throwing an answer on it. Let's passionately debate that. But with this particular topic, like all things about battle rap are subjective, but this one I know is extremely subjective. There's people that can have EFB at 1. There's debates all over the place for all different groups at 1, because the groups represent such different things. When you talk about Dot Mob, they don't have the longevity of some of these groups, but when they had their prime, it was really something to behold. Gun Titles, you could debate, really has just the most star power just in terms of in one group. EFB, you can argue in terms of production, has given you the most production from all of these extremely active and high level talents, 2 of them being Cody winners, you know what I'm saying, over this period of time. Writer's Block is probably the best group just straight pen wise in terms of writing. And then NWX, I don't really know if there's an argument for NWX number 1, but they had their own stronghold in the game, and in terms of actually being a team, I mean, they're probably the best 2-on-2 group of all time. There's so many different ways to spin it. So I just want you guys to let me know down in the comments, what is your personal favorite group and why? Fun little video to put out while group stuff is in the conversation. Me personally, I'm not the craziest about battle rap groups. I don't buy fully into it, you know what I'm saying, and do group against group, but there is some fun in the way you market it. There is some WWE to it, and as long as you don't let it go too far, part of it is very healthy for the game. Gets guys merch, gets guys on the same team, gives you eras and periods in people's career that you can go back and study when they were in this group, this period of time that they were in. Things like that are interesting to me, man. But it's been J Smo Reviews again, y'all. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your personal favorite groups in battle rap history. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.